The best of Tommaso Ciampa. With Tommaso Ciampa finally getting called up to the main roster and being a pretty big part of the show thanks to his association with The Miz, what better time to look at some of the best matches he's had during his time with the WWE. This list will be focusing exclusively on Tommaso Ciampa in the WWE, so please keep that in mind. However, we'd love to hear what you think of some of his best matches outside the WWE in the comments section down below. From classic wrestling to modern wrestling, we aim to cover it all. From video games, toys and more, we love to look at the best of wrestling. And if you're as crazy about the world of pro wrestling as we are, be sure to slam that subscribe button to keep up to date with our videos. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoy the video, please leave a like at the end. Okay, let's get to it. Tommaso Ciampa started with the WWE in 2015 and he has just gone from strength to strength. He's been one of the best wrestlers in NXT for the last 5 years, putting on great match after great match. He's been part of so many great matches that it was actually hard to narrow this list down, and we're sure there'll be a few firm favourites missing. Tommaso Ciampa vs Aleister Black, NXT, 25th of July 2018. The match that gave us Goldie. This was such a fun match, and it served as a way to get the title off the injured Aleister Black and also keep the Gargano vs Ciampa feud going. Not to mention also give Aleister Black someone to go after Johnny Gargano once he was all healed up. This is such a fun match that shows Ciampa really starting to come into his own as the heel. He fights and uses some slick wrestling action, but he does show a bit of sneakiness here and there to really make the crowd hate him. There are a lot of shenanigans going on this match, and the way that Tommaso Ciampa wins the title is all because his foe, Johnny Gargano, made a mistake and nailed Aleister Black, added a lot of fuel to the fire, and made Ciampa the hottest heel on any brand the WWE had. What are your thoughts on this match? Were you shocked when Tommaso Ciampa became the NXT champion? Be sure to let us know in the comments section down below. Team Ciampa vs Undisputed Era, NXT TakeOver War Games 2019. There have been some incredible War Games matches since it was brought back by NXT, but one of the very best has to be the team of Tommaso Ciampa, Keith Lee, Dominik Dijakovic and Kevin Owens taking on the Undisputed Era. This match is just insane. We get some crazy action as you'd expect from a War Games match. This match goes on for nearly 40 minutes and it is epic from the start all the way to the end. The war paint covered Ciampa was such a badass in this match, but to be fair, all the guys put in one hell of a shift here, especially the big men in Keith Lee and Dominik Dijakovic, who did some amazing stuff for men of their size. Of course, Ciampa hitting that air raid crash from the top of the cage on Adam Cole is one moment that will be shown for the rest of time. It's fair to say that all the War Games matches that NXT has produced have been very entertaining, but where would you rank this one? We'd love to hear your thoughts on this match, so be sure to leave us a comment. Tommaso Ciampa vs Adam Cole, TakeOver Portland 2020. This match is notable for a few reasons. To start with, this was the last TakeOver event before the pandemic hit, and you could even make the argument that it was the last TakeOver event to feel like a big deal. Anyway, Tommaso Ciampa had earned himself a title shot against Adam Cole, whose Undisputed Era had been running roughshod all through NXT. It really felt like Ciampa was the man to take the title off Cole. By now, he had become a full babyface and the fans were completely behind him. After an epic fight with lots of near finishes, Ciampa would ultimately come up short in his efforts to reunite with Goldie, all because of his former friend Johnny Gargano. This was another way to add even more fuel to the Gargano-Ciampa fire that had been burning for a very long time. Most fans were delighted that the Gargano vs Ciampa feud was not fully over, but what about you? Do you think it was right to keep it going this long?
Oh, hold on! Well, Johnny Gargano, Tommaso Ciampa's former partner.
DIY vs Authors of Pain, NXT TakeOver Chicago 2017. Talk about a barn burner. You could easily make the argument that the team of Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa are involved in the two greatest tag team matches in NXT history. Heck, they could be in contention for the best tag matches in WWE history. This is an absolute barn burner of a match. We have DIY, the smaller, more athletic guys, going up against the big monsters that were the AOP. This was actually the first ever ladder match in NXT, and it was truly incredible stuff. All four guys worked to their strengths, and we got to see some amazing stuff in this match. The twin splashes off the ladders, still one of the best spots from any NXT match. Of course, we have to talk about the incredible heel turn at the end of the match. Ciampa turning on Gargano was truly a shocking moment, and it led to the greatest rivalry in NXT history. Has there been a better ladder match in NXT since this one? If you think so, be sure to tell us what it is and why in the comment section down below. Tommaso Ciampa vs Johnny Gargano, NXT TakeOver New Orleans 2018. Anytime that these two went head to head, it was incredible stuff, and truth be told, all of the matches these two had could have featured on our list. This is the first match these two had, and the heat that Ciampa had during his entrance was mind-blowing. The stipulation of Gargano's career being on the line in this one does spoil things a tad, as it makes it predictable. Still, for 30 minutes these two beat the hell out of each other. It's one of the best pure babyface vs heel matches that NXT has ever produced. From the weapons that were used to the brutal way Johnny finished the match, this was a match that the fans waited an age for, and it did not disappoint one bit. Tommaso Ciampa vs Johnny Gargano, NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 4. This was built as the rubber match in the Gargano vs Ciampa feud, and it was supposed to be the match that would end it all. What made this match very interesting was that Ciampa was the champion, so, as well as being an epic grudge match, we had the title on the line too. Oh, and this was also being contested under last man standing rules. Yes, there was a lot going on, but this is just pure entertainment from start to end. They fought all over the ringside area, ripped up the mat to show the exposed board under the ring, and just beat the absolute hell out of each other. Plus, we have that very clever ending where Johnny could have won the match, but he had to just go for that one last move, a move that would ultimately cost him the match. It was such a brilliant, heelish way for Ciampa to hold on to his title that it made him an even better bad guy that you love to hate. Each time these guys wrestled, it was amazing, but what were your favourite matches between the two, and why? If you want to go one step further, in the comment section try and rank the matches these two had. DIY vs The Revival, NXT TakeOver Toronto 2016. Is this the greatest tag team match in WWE history? Many people would certainly say that it was. These are four guys that are all just wrestling machines and know how to put on a great show. This was a 2 out of 3 falls match, and they told a near perfect story of tag team wrestling. You have The Revival, who was such a great unit and did all these sneaky tactics, and then you had DIY, who was all heart and would stand up to The Revival, not put up with any of their tactics. What we got was a just over 20 minutes masterpiece of a match that does not let up. From the start all the way to the end, everything in this match makes perfect sense, and the double submission at the end for DIY to capture the NXT tag team titles could not have been any more perfect. If there is a better tag team match than this one, not just in NXT but the entire WWE, well, we'd love for you to tell us what it is. So there you have it, some of the best matches that Tommaso Ciampa has had. To be honest, he's not really had a bad match the entire time he's been working for the WWE. With a portfolio of as many great matches as he has, we had to leave some off our list. But now is your chance to tell us what matches would make your own Tommaso Ciampa list. Thanks so much for watching our video today. We had a lot of fun revisiting these matches, and we hope you did too. Be sure to subscribe, as we'll be regularly posting more wrestling related videos. And if you enjoyed the video, we'd very much appreciate if you could give us a like.